Oh, is it not even on all the way? Oh, whatever. You know what? It's fine. Uh, oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Fit the scale mode.
Welcome to Moe's! It's the
Oh,
prettiest man
shut.
alive.
Oh, cool. I got blasted with an ad on my own video. Lovely. I only did that to see the chat. That's the price you pay. Oh, that's fine. I guess I don't need to see the bottom half of the fucking screen. I don't really care. This is only for background anyway. It's not the main thing. All right. Well, greetings everyone. Anyone who's joining the live stream now or joining later on as a separate video. I'm bringing you some more points on the Pokemon Company because there's several people, including myself, that have been bringing up points where all the Pokemon Company's been pulling shit for like the past several years, and just people have just been throwing it under the rug or pretending like it doesn't exist just because it's Pokemon. And frankly enough, I gotta be honest, I'm kind of sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it, and especially with people defending Pokemon Unite now. That is where I draw the fucking line. I'm sorry. You cannot, even if the game is nice and fun in terms of like mechanics and whatever, it's not defensible in terms of, it doesn't need to be 5 different ways to monetize this freaking game, and people are still defending it just because the mechanics are good. I'm sorry. That doesn't fly. That is literally not how things work. If any other company has... Actually, you know what? Before I continue, I was about to say that, but you know what? There is a specific comment that I wanted to read on my Pokemon Unite video, and I'm pretty much giving this person a shout out just because they have a really, really, really interesting point that I want to bring up. And it's funny, too, because it's literally like the topic of this video. And I just so while I was setting everything up, I just so happened to read this right before I was streaming, and this is just like the perfect coincidence. Let me find it. Here we go. From Tomboy Player 1993. Like, here we go. Like someone said in a comment thread on a different video, it has the Pokemon brands. If it has the Pokemon brand slapped onto it, it automatically makes it immune to criticism. If this was Activision, EA, or Blizzard, almost everyone is on the same boat. But Pokemon, no. You got apologists blindly defending everything. That's exactly my point. This person literally has the same mindset as I do. Why does Pokemon keep getting all of these free passes? I seriously don't understand. And I have several topics. You've seen it in the thumbnail. I have several games that I want to talk about, including the future of the games going forward. That's the reason why Diamond and Pearl are on the list. Obviously, the games aren't out. They didn't do anything yet. I don't have evidence on that, but I am still scared for games going forward. That's the thing. So, where to begin with this? I have a notepad. I might as well open it and look at it. Well, let's actually start with Pokemon Go. That's a good one, right? Pokemon Go is like, Niantic's probably like my computer's lagging horribly, but you know what? I don't care. RuneScape's on in the background. The point is listening and talking with the audience, not anything else. But, hey everybody. So, yeah, this is specifically going to be, this isn't really a chilling with the chat stream. I'm sticking with the Pokemon topic right now. That's the main reason why this stream exists. Is I pretty much wanted to make a CC video, but not only am I a little bit short on time and I can't really edit it, but I also want to get other people's opinions. Whether it's examples of your own or if you're against my own opinions, I still want to talk about it. It's still something that needs to be discussed. And Pokemon Go is a prime example. Niantic just reverted back the pandemic changes, and one of the biggest things was they made the distance go from 80 meters to like 40, and there's a lot of people that are complaining about that because the game just becomes significantly harder. Well, I do agree the fact that people need to get out of their house, and it sucks that, oh, you can't reach the freaking gym or stop from your house. That's one thing. That I agree with, but there's also the other situation, too, where, for example, when I played, I mentioned this in the other video, but I'm mentioning it again here for this video. When I was playing, I had to go inside like a cemetery or like certain property that's I would call it private property, only because you're not supposed to go into a cemetery unless you're paying respects or something. You're not supposed to be in there playing fucking Pokemon Go. But there's gyms and stops in there or whatever. But because of the update, I was able to reach them without going inside. So it just made the game was just easier to play overall. But of course, Niantic got rid of that. And reverted all the changes. I understand why, but there's a lot of people like protesting saying, why'd you do that? Bring it back. Don't do it. But they did it anyway. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. The remote raid passes too were only made because of the pandemic stuff that was going on, so people could raid from their homes. So if all these other pandemic changes are going away, why are the remote raid passes still there? You wanted to revert back all the changes, right, Niantic? You wanted people to get out and physically go to places? And why are you encouraging people to actually go to these gyms now to do the raids? But of course, when it benefits you, you want people to be a lazy fuck and just buy the remote raid passes, huh? It's shit like that that fucking aggravates me. Like, here's the thing. And one of the bullshit freaking responses to that Niantic gave was, "Oh, we have a team looking into it, and we'll have a decision possibly by the end of the month. So in September, we'll get back to you." No, that like what kind of bullshit excuse is that? You have a team discussing it? What do you mean? Either you have a decision or you don't. The reason why the reason why that fucking message even exists is they're making some bullshit excuse saying, "Oh, we're listening, but we won't have an answer until this time." But what they're doing is they're just stalling, hoping that people will be like, "Okay, we're listening," and forget it by the time September rolls around, and they don't revert the changes at all. That's the thing. It's only to it's not they're not listening to the community. They're shutting people up and trying to make them forget. There's a big difference. I don't trust Niantic at all. 100% I don't. There's a plenty of other shit that they tried to pull. I mean, should I go down the list? I've already mentioned it in like 3 other CC videos, but I might as well. What about the shit where they nerfed raid rewards behind people's back in 2017? They let all the rare candies and all the rare candies and TMs and golden Raz were like mysteriously halved, but then like a week later they were promoting double Stardust for raids. Ooh, a brand new feature with now double Stardust from this point onward. But like the week before that they nerfed raids, but they only wanted to focus on the shit that they doubled. Okay, and I was freaking calling them out on it too. It I messaged customer service several times. The only thing that I got was, "Oh, I reward subject to change without notice." Yeah, no shit, because that's exactly what you did. You nerfed raid rewards behind our backs just to hope that people would spend more money to get the same amount of rewards they got before. The raid rewards are fucking rigged anyway. It's already met. Like I see plenty of stories on Reddit saying that people take up to like 50 raids just to get one shiny legendary Pokemon, and that happens more. That doesn't happen to everybody, but it happens a lot to certain people. One poor sucker had to spend $103 to get one shiny fucking Palkia, whatever it was. $100 for a shiny now, Niantic. Seriously, you can't tell me that's bad luck. Sir, maybe it is. Maybe it should have been only $50. So instead, they got suckered into spending 100. But this is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. They know that their fans will just spend the money anyway. They will rig the fucking raids or the eggs or whatever, and they don't give a shit because they know that people will just buy them until they get the shiny they want because they're addicted to it. It's exploiting people for their weaknesses just to make more money off of them. Niantic's just one of them, but Pokemon Company as a whole has been doing that. I fucking... Oh, that's not the right ad. I meant to do the notepad. Like, in bottom line, Niantic doesn't care unless you're dumping fucking money into them. Period. That's just how it is. Unless you are a cash cow or whatever that is dumping shitload of money into it, that's just how it is. Hello, Rooney. Hello, Emerald and William and Speedbump and Del Arto 84. Sorry, I totally butchered your name. My bad. But still, like, I can't. And then there's people that fucking like defend this shit or whatever too. Like, there's a couple influencers. I'm not gonna mention who they are because I don't want to single anybody out and I don't want to get claimed for harassment. But there are a couple influencers out there that play Pokemon Go that are like, "Oh, we'll just deal with the changes. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever." Yeah, you know why it's fine? Because they're making money playing the game. They don't fucking care. They'll spend a fucking $1,000 in Pokemon Go by the end of the month, and they'll make fucking 5 times that because of the views and the sponsorships and shit. They don't fucking care because in the end they're making a profit. Like, what about all your fan base that's literally getting fucking screwed? Oh, it's okay. No, just play the game normal, spend more money again. Or better yet, just subscribe to the channel. Just focus on me. Don't focus on Niantic. Fucking yeah, just not saying everybody does it, but there was a couple people that did do it. Like, I mean, if you want Niantic to truly listen, vote with your damn wallets and don't keep spending for these fucking raids. If you don't get the shiny, who cares? It's a different colored Pokemon on your phone that means absolutely fucking nothing. Like, do you really need it? Is someone gonna literally like harass you in the parking lot because you don't have a shiny Palkia? I mean, if so, they have no life. But still, that shouldn't happen. Like Pokemon Go is one of the is one of the main reasons why this company is going to shit, because as soon as that game made a shitload of money on its first few weeks or its first few months, Pokemon Company saw the opportunity. Well, hey, we can make a shitload of money with a game that's not even finished yet. Why don't we do the same for our other games? And on to my next topic, Sword and Shield. Yeah, I had a drink of coffee. I'm back. Yeah, Sword and Shield. I'm mentioning Sword and Shield because that is a prime example of the Pokemon Company lying to you and just to make more money off of that. I don't care if you enjoyed the game. That's fine. If you enjoyed Sword and Shield, that's one thing. If you enjoyed the DLC, that's fine as well. But you can't deny that the DLC is a scam. The DLC is a scam. Why is it a scam? Well, put it this way. They took shit that was previously free from previous games, including some of the national decks, and locked it behind a paywall. And before anybody is up my ass saying, well, you could just trade the Pokemon or whatever or get it from home. Well, first of all, you have to pay the home subscription, so nope, try again. And even if you yourself don't pay for the expansion pass or Pokemon Home, well, somebody does in order to be able to trade to you. So either way, they're getting more money through the scam. Just because you didn't spend the money doesn't mean that you got it for free. Somebody else just paid it for you. It's still locking previously free shit behind a paywall. What about all that another example is, what about the whole Pokemon following you thing? I can name 5 people, well, I won't, but I know 5 people that was gonna get the DLC just because of the whole following you thing. They were gonna drop $30 for a mechanic that should have been in the game since day one. I mean, they fucking know what they're doing. Why wasn't this just a free update, guys? Seriously, why wasn't that just a free update where the Pokemon can just follow you around no matter what? But no, it's specifically the DLC areas that I can only do that. Like, honestly, the best part of Sword and Shield was locked behind the DLC. And not only just the following you around and the extra Pokemon in the wild area and shit, but the extra game modes and the hidden abilities and all this other shit were locked behind the DLC. So in order to get the proper, full experience of the game and actually not be bored out of your fucking ass, you had to spend $90 instead of $60. That's not... Here's a prime example. If... See, what's a good fucking thing? What's a good example? Like, what's a good example of a game that trying to think. Like, if EA or an Activision did any of this sort of thing, where they had... Well, actually, here's a fucking good example, and I know people are pissed with this, is fighting games. Fighting games fucking pull this shit, too. Where in one installment, the character might be there, but in the next installment, they're fucking DLC. Dead or Alive does that all the fucking time, and I don't know how people fucking are put up with that shit. They just accept it. Why? You're being scammed. You're like double buying shit. Like, stuff that was previously free in a title before is now all of a sudden a paywall in the next installment. Like, why? How do people defend this? Because it's Pokemon? Why? I don't understand why Pokemon gets the free passes. I don't understand that. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire has its own problems. I wasn't going to mention Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, but long story short, the only reason why that game exists is because Mega Evolution was popular and they were trying to milk that mechanic for all it was worth. They knew exactly what they were doing with that. That game only exists because they wanted to get as many Mega Evolution fans as possible to buy the game. Like the entire, like all the stuff in Coral was just Mega Evolution based, and people were like pre-ordering the trailer just from pre-ordering the game because of that one trailer that came out that showcased all the Megas in one. Like that, I know that for a damn fact. And and anyone think that's not a real thing, just look at what they did in Pokemon Go with Mega Evolution, where it's a rent a Mega system for like $5 each. Give me a fucking break. They know what they're doing. If Mega Evolution is going to ever come back, it's going to be in a DLC, a paid DLC. You know why? Because they know that they can make money off of the fans who love it so much. Yeah, oh yeah, I already mentioned Pokemon Home in my notes, but I might as well mention it again. Like Pokemon Home is another thing too, where it seems like people are just accepting the fact that it's like $18 a year now instead of 5. Just apparently, like people were complaining for like a few months and then just dropped it. All right, okay, no, it's fine. Pokemon needs the money. Do they now? Do they now? I don't think so. You know who needs the money now? You do. It would be nice, you know. You could imagine what you could do with an extra $13 a year. Doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it adds up over time. But no, instead that $13 is going for a Pokemon Home subscription, where some of your Pokemon aren't even fucking usable. Look at Ampharos and Meganium. They've been stuck in the storage systems for like how long now? Like you're paying for useless Pokemon at that point. You're literally dropping your money to just keep a Pokemon in a storage system that does nothing. That's not a scam? That's not a scam. I mean, maybe Ampharos and Meganium will appear in the Gen 4 remakes, or Legends Arceus if you're allowed to transfer over. Maybe, but what if they don't again? Once again, you're paying for Pokemon that literally can't fucking do shit. They're just glorified trophies at that point that you can just look on your phone. Why would I pay money for that? No, yeah, Dead or Alive is. I don't know if that's a fair comparison because I will admit Pokemon Company is nowhere near as bad as Koei Techno when it comes to reselling shit by any stretch of the imagination. But they're starting to push their limits though. They're definitely starting to push their freaking limits when it comes to like reselling shit. Another perfect example, and this is the reason why I didn't purchase it, was what about Mystery Dungeon? Mystery Dungeon is, I would have to say, is the definition of copy paste and upsell it. Though I would agree the graphics look pretty nice. I do like the watercolor graphics with them, but it's just it's just a texture. It really is. I mean, you're telling me it's just a fancy texture to just put on the same old models. Does it look good? Absolutely. I think they did a good job with that. Is that worth like 50% more money than the original games? Hell no. Actually, no, it's actually more than that. It's almost double the price. Because I figured out that Blue Rescue Team on the DS was, I think, 35. It was only 35. It wasn't even 40. That's still a bloody ripoff, though. Just like, it's an absolute bloody ripoff. But that's the reason why I didn't purchase the game. I didn't purchase the game because it was literally the same exact thing I already had. The only thing that was decent was the fact that it was updated mechanics, so it's not as broken like Super Mystery Dungeon. It had the Super Mystery Dungeon mechanics, which is fine, but that's to be expected in a remake. I didn't if you didn't do that, then it wouldn't really be a remake at all. But pretty much the only thing that they did was add like 3 new dungeons and added megas. That's all they did. Except I think that maybe they changed the dojo as well. But that's not worth an extra $20 just because it's on the Switch. I that's the reason why I didn't buy it. I absolutely love the demo, but I could not drop $20 on a game that was pretty. It's at that point it's almost so close to the original. It's not even a remake. It's a reselling, and that's the reason why I have Diamond and Pearl remakes in here. Obviously, the game's not out. I can't make a fair criticism on that. But what if they pull the same shit again? What if they pull the same shit again? It's literally the same exact game, and it's the same exact dialogue, same exact layouts, same exact Pokemon, same exact story with the same exact shit you go to, and it's literally the same exact thing, but now it's $60. Would you consider that a good remake, or would you consider that a reselling? Because me personally, I don't think that. I mean, even if you have never, the only Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. The only people I can possibly recommend that game to is those who haven't played Gen 4 yet. That's it. It's the only way I would ever be able to recommend that game in that state, if it's pretty much a reselling, is those who have not played the original games or don't have access to the original games. You could just emulate it, though. That's a possibility. If it's literally going to be 1-to-1, why bother spend $60 on the same exact freaking game? That's the thing. Like, why? If I already have a copy of Pokemon Pro, why would I bother spending money on a reselling? And my biggest problem with it is, yeah, exactly. William says here, a good remake is something that update and improve from the original version. Exactly, because if you don't improve on the original version, it's not a remake. It's a reselling. That's the thing. Just because you add quote unquote updated graphics, no, I'm not defending those graphics by any means. I'm not they're okay, they're fine, but they're not groundbreaking or innovative graphical updates like anybody fucking says. I'm not buying that. If you think that's the best looking game in the entire Switch lineup, that's your opinion. Have fun with it. I'm not against it. But in my opinion, it's nothing groundbreaking. That doesn't scream $60 title. That screams 3DS game to me. Another thing, I think what it is their intentions is to try to make games that look appealing in portable mode, and that's about it. Because they probably figure nobody plays their games in docked mode. So, which that's fine and all, but I want a game that looks decent on my television. I don't want to. I almost never play the Switch in handheld mode unless I physically cannot use the television in the room. But even then, I would prefer not to. Like, that's exactly there. A good remake is, like, I'll repeat it. A good remake is something that updates and improves from the original version. If it's like the fact that they said faithful recreation. And they put it in quotes too. Faithful recreation. That's what it says on their website. You know, like, to me, that's just a fancy word for copy paste, call it a day. Will it be? I don't know. I'm only going by what I'm speculating with the words. I don't know 100%. But they've already done the same thing with the Mystery Dungeon remake. It was literally the same exact thing with just watercolor graphics. That's it. They didn't change anything. The dialogue was almost word for word the freaking same. There was some quality of life improvements, but it was definitely not worth $60 in my opinion. Like, this... Oh, I did it again. I did the wrong thing. And then, oh, I didn't talk about Pokemon Unite, really, did I? Do I really need to at this point? Do I really need to? I don't know. I can't, like, that game has its own fucking problems. I think my biggest pet peeve with this fucking game is for the fact that people are fucking defending it. You can like the game all you want. You can like the mechanics all you want. You can have fun all you want. But you cannot defend the reason why this game exists. Why does this game, I know it's free to start, whatever, but why does it even a free to start game... Why does a free-to-start game need 5 different ways to monetize? Why? Why does there need to be such shitload of currency to confuse players and to just buy shit with just the paid one instead? Why does there need to be a weekly cap on fucking coins? Why does there need to be loot boxes? Why does there need to be a season pass? Why does there need to... Why are there fucking pay-to-win elements in the fucking game? To me, if any other MOBA pulled this shit... they would be getting their ass ripped apart. Why is Pokemon getting the free fucking pass again? There's other people who have played MOBAs before that I've talked to that have said, this is bullshit. Why? This is bullshit. And people are fucking defending it. Why? Like, that's the thing. Like, if it was any other MOBA genre and if it wasn't Pokemon, they would completely rip these guys a new one for those pay-to-win mechanics, and they would give the same thing reasons as me, saying, "Oh, it may show a little bit of damage boost or maybe a little bit of gameplay enhancements, but it stacks over time, and it can make a difference between those close matches. Obviously, it ain't gonna it's not an automatic win button, and you still need to have the competence to play a decent round, but imagine if someone who's a fucking god at the game, who's free to play, goes up against another god, who's maxed out all their fucking items. If someone has the equal amount of strength in terms of skill in the game, who's gonna win? The guy who's free to play and who clearly hasn't probably leveled up their items to 15 by now because of how long it takes, or the guy who just fucking shelled out $140 and has everything maxed out? Tell me, who's gonna win? And don't give me that. Well, what about their teammates? Fuck it. Do one-on-one right now. Who's gonna win? That's what I thought. Look at Crash Insane Trilogy and Spyro Reunited Trilogy. That's all right. That's one thing I can say about Activision. At least they allowed Vicarious Visions and Toys for Bob to make those remakes as faithful as they are. And here's another thing with Battle for Bikini Bottom too. Battle for Bikini Bottom, a lot of people were giving it shit for it's literally the same game copy paste, and I agree. That is literally the definition of a 1-to-1 remake. Want to know what the difference is? It's being sold for $30. It is cheaper than the original PS2 version. So think about it. You're getting an upscaled version that looks a little bit better and is a little bit more fluent to play, and it's cheaper than the original games. So therefore, I'm not gonna give it shit because it's cheaper than the original fucking games. I can't possibly give it shit because if it's literally if it's the same game brought to newer hardware, and it's even cheaper than the originals, you can't really argue with that. Especially if it's cheaper. But but Pokemon is the opposite. If they copy and paste and upscale it by 50%, no. I'm not gonna treat it like a $40 title. I'm gonna treat it like a $60 one. And if they do the copy paste crap, I'm not rating it any higher than a 5. Because a remake is to improve on the original, not to resell it to your audience who just literally demanded the Gen 4 remakes to come out. Does anyone know the reason why I'm so fucking harsh on the Pokemon Company and I'm telling the fans just to wake the fuck up? It's not because I hate you. It's because you're being scammed and you don't even know it. There's so many just blind, naive people out there, and it gives me a headache. There's some people out there like this person I just mentioned the comment before that they're very intelligent and know, but there's other people out there that, well, they're not stupid. I don't want to refer that nobody's stupid. That's not what I'm saying. But you can be blind and oblivious to things. Fuck, I made a fucking mistake. I was blind and oblivious to the fucking red flag on the trailer of Mario Golf Super Rush. That big red flag that says free updates coming out, even though the game wasn't even out yet. That was a big red flag, and I was too much of a stupid motherfucker to notice that because I wanted to play a golfing game with my friend. And you know what? I got fucking scammed. Granted, one of the updates is out, and it is actually fun. It's a step in the right direction, but I wouldn't call it a complete project yet. But still. That's the only reason why I'm so harsh. I don't hate the fans. I 100% don't hate the fans. I don't want anybody thinking that. And the reason why I was pointing out the pay-to-win elements in Pokemon Unite is because that's just an example that I called it. If you go back to my first video on Pokemon Unite in 2020, I fucking called that this game would be a predatory, over-monetized piece of garbage, and it is. I didn't guess. I just knew because of who was making it, the development history of fucking mobile games in general, the MOBA genre, which is easy to monetize. It's honestly just worse than what I thought. I didn't think it'd be this bad, but hey, it still is bad. And I think the fact that the game plays well is probably even more insulting, because if you take... That's the reason why so many people fell in love with the beta, which is another reason why they're probably defending it, is because the beta was so much fun, and they want the game to continuously be fun, so they're going to shut down all negative opinions on it, and only focus on the positives. But by doing that, you're leaving yourself vulnerable to these monetization schemes without even realizing it. And you just have to be careful with that. None of you guys are stupid. It's just some of you just may not just notice the information right in front of your face. It happens. I get it. It happens to me too. I'm a blind motherfucker sometimes, and I have to learn my lesson. But that's the thing. Sometimes, people just need to just wake up. The Pokemon franchise is not as innocent as you think. It is not. They've been doing some of the most shadiest shit this past few years. Almost similar to what Activision and fucking EA are doing. Maybe not loot boxes in their fucking main series games, but fucking Pokemon Go has it. Unite has it. Masters EX has it. But those are fine. Those are fine. Those are fucking pay-to-win loot boxes. Except for Unite, I guess. But a lot of them are fucking pay-to-progress loot boxes. Gambling elements in a children's game. 3 different times. That's fine. Just because it's Pokemon. Pay-to-win elements in Pokemon Unite. In a children's game. Where, well, let's face it, like freaking EA has freaking children spending shitload of money on these freaking loot boxes and this like pay to fucking progress system. But because it's Pokemon, that gets a free pass. There's actual people saying it's not that bad. You can win without it. All this other shit. They're defending the pay to win elements. You are defending a corporate scheme and you don't even know it. If put it this way, if this was a MOBA ran by EA or Activision and take the Pokemon off of it, pretend it's like random creatures or whatever, and it has similar effects to fucking Pokemon or whatever. If this was an EA or Activision game, would you be defending this? If the answer is no, then congratulations, you're a fucking hypocrite. I'm sorry. I know SL0. I'm harsh because I care. Because like there's fans feeding into this shit, and the Pokemon company's just been taking advantage of everybody for years, and this shit needs to fucking stop. This is my last straw, by the way. If Legends Arceus and Diamond and Pearl remakes are gonna be shit games, and shit as in like half-assed games or just games just out to make a quick buck, I'm done. I'll fucking change my YouTube name and whatever if I have to. I don't want to be associated with a franchise that does nothing but fuck over their audience. I love the characters of the game. I love the anime. I love the characters. Look, you can't see my room. I have a fucking shitload of stuff back there. Most of it's not from Pokemon itself. It's from like third-party stuff. Because I'd rather support friends and not necessarily the company itself. Obviously, the money had to go to them somehow. I get it. Yeah, I understand. That's kind of hypocritical, but you get what I mean. But the franchise itself, I can't support it. I didn't even buy in Pokemon Snap. I wanted to, but like I just couldn't. That's like, I mean, if there's any game I can give credit for, it's new Pokemon Snap. Bandai Namco did a fucking phenomenal job with free DLC. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. A full game, I said it was $60 at launch. It was a great title with a shitload of stuff to do and a bunch of replayability. And then they just slap free DLC on top of that. I cannot agree enough that is worth 100% your money. That is like the best game we've had these past couple of years. Granted, if Pokemon Snap isn't your genre, if that's not your thing, if you're not really into the whole like safari photography genre, I guess, then obviously it's not worth your money. I understand that, but if you were like hoping for like a really good sequel to the original game, 100% recommend it. It's probably one of the best sequels you've had in years from this company. I'm not really pissed. I'm just fed up and disappointed, really. I'm not really pissed off. I can't be pissed off at people. I'm not pissed off at the Pokemon fan base. I can't be. Because obviously we still love Pokemon altogether at the same time. We still love the characters and the stories and stuff and the regions and the concept. I mean, I grew up with it. That's the thing. I just did a video on me just revisiting my 22-year-old save file in Pokemon Yellow, going back in time when I first started this franchise. Were things a lot better back then? Probably because I was an immature 8-year-old that didn't fucking know anything. But still. But what thing? Oh my god. Any last thoughts I can say? It looks like I'm being called. I guess perfect timing then, but I've already talked about pretty much everything, but it's one of those things too where there's so many ways that this franchise is scamming its audience, and I wish people would just open their eyes. I'm not saying boycott Pokemon, obviously, but at least acknowledge what you're getting into. That's yeah. I would never ask anyone to like quit what they like. That's one thing. But if the company does something like scummy or scammy or skeevy, the alliteration, I guess. But if they do anything like that, at least acknowledge it. Don't pretend like it doesn't exist because you don't want it to. There's plenty of things I don't want to exist either. But whatever. Like, I'm just hoping that the Dominant Pro remix are something other than copy paste. Think about it like if a car dealership fucking sold you I guess a brand new car, but it was literally like it was the fucking car you previously had, just painted a different color and added new wheels to it, or new tires. I mean, it looks really cool, but it's the same fucking car being sold to you at a premium that's more expensive than when you fucking first bought it. It's like that car companies can't get away with that because that's literally a scam.
I'm leaving. I want you to watch my dog.
Good for you. Thanks for interrupting me.
Hey, Emma.
But whatever. That's all I got to really say. If there's anyone that wants to like leave, here's the thing too, and I'm not against it. If anybody has a counter argument in the chat, please let me know, because I'm all for it. If you have a counter argument with me, even if you're watching this late, leave a comment down below. I'm not against criticism. By all means, if you feel like my opinion's wrong, please give me a valid argument below. All good. I don't mind having a conversation with somebody who has an opposite opinion as I do. I mean, honestly, I think the Pokemon Unite comment thread's been going great. There's a lot of people that are against my opinion, but at least they have like passionate, valid opinions on the idea without calling me names or anything. Although I think my favorite one still is, have you never played a MOBA before? Like, even though that's that's not a good argument. You're just making the MOBA genre look worse. Unite Go and Masters are pieces of trash. But the exception of Masters, I think the other two titles are fantastic concepts. I played Go. I fucking was an idiot and spent money in Go without realizing it because I got suckered in. I was the same dumbass fool that didn't realize what I was doing. I was thinking, oh, this is... My thing is, and I know other people have had this... Other people have had this type of argument as well, or this feeling, I guess, is they wanted to spend money in the game at that time to support the developers or something, thinking that the money would go to, like, future updates and shit. But let's be real. 99% of it doesn't. It goes to the higher-ups, into their fat wallets. Of course, that was back when I was a gambleaholic and didn't know how to manage my money correctly. But now that I do, I see right through all of this shit. So yeah, I was a dumbass. I was a foolish fan as well, I guess. I'm not really speaking for everybody. I'm speaking for myself. I was an idiot. I was stupid. I made mistakes. I still do. But I own up to them. I own up to them, and I just try to just learn from my mistakes and move on. I don't pretend like they don't exist. I admit that I'm an idiot. I was a fucking dumbass when I bought Mario Golf Super Rush. But, oh well, that's a mistake I'll learn from. I should have maybe played it back when it's popular. Maybe? I mean, if there's anything I can say, some of the things you can do as a free-to-play player were interesting. Like, I do like the task system, and I do like the rocket battles, which are free. I just hate I hate the Go League, and I hate the raids. And of course the eggs too. They've been getting really bad with their egg events though. Like, especially like putting like that
Happiny with the flower crown inside like the 2 egg pool, but it's in like the 5 tier with 19 other Pokemon, and people on the Go Hub are saying it takes around one out of 100 eggs to fucking hatch one of them. So, I mean, they know what they're fucking doing. It's just I just can't trust any sort of game. Like I knew Pokemon Unite was going to be a piece of garbage the moment it was announced. A freaking MOBA, free to start mobile game made by Tencent. Already, like that alone screams cash grab. Like nobody like did it. I'm just curious if anybody did any sort of research on Tencent at all and seen what they were famous for, which is Call of Duty Mobile and PUBG Mobile, and then figured out, well, shit, this game makes millions of dollars a day. Oh, and by the way, I feel bad for all the I don't, but the mobile players are going to be fucked. By the way, because this is crossplay, they're going to be so far behind, and even with the free to play Switch players, that I have a feeling this was done on purpose, so that way everyone on the mobile will be like, well, fuck, I want to catch up and be with everybody who played on Switch, but I don't have a Switch, so I better shell out like 20, 30, 40, $100 to catch up. Tell me that wasn't on purpose? Why else would the Switch version come out first and not the mobile version? Both at if they really wanted this to be crossplay and shit, don't tell me it was the fucking servers being tested and shit. I ain't buying it. They had all the time in the world to test that shit during the beta phase, so I'm not buying that. So that's one of the reasons why that's a thing, is the fact that they want the people who just join on mobile in September to feel like they're falling behind, and then they're going to have to spend money to catch up. Especially with that coin cap, they're fucked from the beginning. Because think about it, any free-to-play player who played on Switch is going to have like a 14,000 coin head start at the most. But anyone who's on mobile still has to deal with that 2,000 coin cap every week. To me, like that shit, right? It speaks for itself. But that's the thing with these mobile games. Pokemon Unite and Pokemon Go, fantastic concepts, and they are enjoyable to play. I can't stress that enough. It's just a shame that their sole purpose is to just milk wallets of whales, and that sucks. Because these really good concepts are being destroyed by the predatory monetization schemes. I turned into a lazy fuck after I stopped playing with Pokemon Go. I used to physically go places all the time and walk miles. There was one time I walked 80 kilometers in a week, and I didn't drive or anything. I didn't abuse the stupid thing on your phone where it counts mileage without you walking. No, I legit walked 80 kilometers in a week, and that's about 50 miles. Yeah, I did that because I was so invested in the game, and I felt great. Like, I was invigorated or whatever. There is positivity behind Go, but it's just, Niantic doesn't give a fuck about their player base. They don't. They fix shit that shouldn't be fixed, and then they ignore shit that should be fixed. That gym glitch, by the way, where it's supposed to reward you 1,000 XP when you defeat a gym, it's been a bug since January. Still hasn't been patched yet. Even though on the website it says you still get the XP, even though you don't. Okay, cool. So that just means instead of doing gyms, oh, maybe you can do raids and just get 10,000 points every raid and use a lucky egg too and all this other shit. Yeah, fuck you, Niantic. Niantic, you're the reason why one of the main reasons why the Pokemon company's going to shit is because of that damn game. Pokemon Go is the main reason why this company's going to shit, if anything. I can't stress that enough. Pokemon Go may have been a huge success, but it's gonna make the franchise go into failure in terms of like customer service and satisfaction. That's right, yeah. Yeah, Tencent also got into a lot of this is off topic, but Tencent got into a lot of shit because some articles in China were calling mobile gaming or just gaming in general a drug. Dogs are gonna be barking, so I'm still here, just waiting for them to calm down. Okay, I think we're back. I think my volume was max before. I think it was. Oh no, they're not calm, but whatever. They're not howling anymore. But no, that's I don't know. That's me. Like, I don't want people to think I'm like being an asshole to the fans because I'm not. I don't want like it's more so like giving them a wake up call and just letting them know, oh hey, you're being scammed. You don't even know it. You're literally blind to something. This is the scams right in front of your face. Stop defending it, sort of thing. I'm not calling them stupid. I'm not calling their if they're having fun with certain games, it's one thing. If anyone had fun with the Sword and Shield DLC, that's perfectly fine. Have fun, but you have to acknowledge the fact that they fucking lie just to resell shit. If you're fine with that, okay, that's fine. But just don't pretend like it doesn't exist. That's all I ask. Acknowledge that it's still there. Acknowledge the fact that they did dirty regardless. This whole Pokemon gets a free pass thing needs to stop. That's the pretty point of this video. That's the whole point of this video, is the Pokemon Company needs to stop getting these free passes. The fans, not all of them, but a lot of fans keep doing that. And it just needs to stop. Overall. I've rambled on for long enough. One last thing in the comments. If anyone wants to bring up any more topics or examples or counter arguments or whatever, I am all down. But I mean, like the way I've been acting, it just seems like I'm like the biggest hater of all time in terms of this franchise. But I swear on my life, I am not. It's more so like the fans deserve so much better. Why can't we get all games that are like new Pokemon Snap? That should be the can't think of the word, sorry. But that should be like the primary example of how to like make all these games going forward. I would maybe not necessarily graphics wise, but like content wise and innovation wise. Legends Arceus needs to be like that. Especially with the concept. The concept is so good. I love the concept. But let's see how the execution goes. Because that really determines the game. You could have the best concept in the world, and you can have the best director in the world, like with Diamond and Pearl remakes, but if you don't have the team to make it, then you're not going to go anywhere. But alright, looks like the chat's a little quiet. I think that's about it. So anyone who is watching this post stream, like I said, please leave a comment down below with your own opinions or counter arguments or whatever. I'd be more than happy to listen. I'm not saying that you should stop playing the games or should stop by the DLC or whatever. I am not one to tell you what to spend your money on. But just be careful. But alright, well that is all for this CC video. That is all. I am done. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, no, that was it. No, it's this. That's it. That's it. It was just, this is pretty much a live CC video, is it? I wasn't doing this for very long. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you listening to me. Like I said, I don't want anyone thinking I'm a hater of Pokemon or hate the fans. I'm not. I'm more so like giving you a heads up because I care. There's a lot of people. I mean, there's some people that just flat out don't give a shit. That's a given, especially if there's people who have millions of dollars. They don't fucking care where the money goes. But for a lot of others, there's just if EA or Activision or fucking not BioWare, freaking Bethesda did any of this shit, you get like, especially fucking Bethesda turning what Assassin's Creed into a live service and whatever and all this other shit, you would. I am talking! That's my sign to get off. So unprofessional. But whatever. I mean, Anyway, that is it. Sorry for the dogs in the background, but I don't have a professional studio. To look at my subscriber count, do I look like someone who has all professional shit? No, absolutely not. I appreciate every single one of those subscribers, obviously. It means the world to me that every single one of you are sitting down here listening to me. It means a lot. And I just hope that you take my words into account, whether it's to listen or to come up with your own counter-argument. Either way, just open your mind a little bit more, because you could be deceived right in front of you and you don't even know it. So just take care of yourself. Be a little bit more open-minded. And that is all I ask. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more stuff that's coming out. Dragon Knight Size Mugen Marathon next Saturday, hopefully. Other stuff coming out. Maybe I'll maybe Hot Shots Golf. I don't know, but either way, that's for another time. But that's have yourselves a fantastic night. Take care, and